Soul, who am I? Self realization. If someone asks you a question, who are you? What shall be your answer? You will say, I am. Either your name or your profession. I say my name, my designation, my profession. Hence, all these are mine, they are not me. Then who am I? I need to understand. This is the baseline for anything else. There is a divine energy within this body that sustains the body, the one who lives, takes decisions, and does actions using the body. That energy is a tiny point of divine light residing at the very center of the forehead. This light represents the virtues and powers of that soul. One can experience soul consciousness with regular practice of Raj Yoga meditation. Human life is invaluable. We can shape our future by our decisions and deeds. We have the intellect to differentiate the right and wrongs. God has said to us, realize the self first. Without that, everything is baseless. So let's begin the first chapter of this godly knowledge. Life exists as a result of a union of soul and body. When a soul enters the mother's womb, the process of creation of the body starts. This process includes the creation of the brain, heart, and sense organs. Such is the sanskar of the soul, such would be the creation of its body features. The organs of the body are controlled by the soul through the faculty of brain. Soul is not a physical light but a light of conscious energy, the fundamental being of experience. I am the one who experiences this life through this body made of 5 elements: soil, water, fire, air, and space. Scan the code to watch the full movie Who Am I? Seat of the soul. Soul is located in the part of the brain called the hypothalamus. Sitting on this seat, we the soul can control the nervous system and through it various organs in the body. Just as a driver controls a car through its control mechanisms while sitting in the driver's seat, the soul uses the brain to control the body. The brain is the machine by means of which the soul thinks, remembers, receives, and sends messages to physical organs through the nerves. Apart from physical sensations, the soul experiences pleasure, pain, happiness, and sorrow through the brain. Nature of the soul. Soul has no gender. It is a tiny, metaphysical, conscious point of spiritual light, not the light which comes from stars, but we are a light of consciousness, powers, and virtues. The number of souls is finite and all souls are unique and eternal, is never created and cannot be destroyed by any means. We only change the body as the body gets weak or old or due to an unnatural incident. Invisible to the physical eye, we exist as a fundamental truth, the creator of feelings that we ourselves feel. We can experience our presence through meditation, as simple as looking inside us, and the reality as a detached observer. The intrinsic nature of the soul is of peace, love, truth, bliss, and purity. We only can desire that we once had. All powers lie in the purity of soul. When we became impure, we lost our inner unlimited powers. Soul is unlimited, all happiness is on the basis of purity of soul. We could only see the body with these eyes. Soul can be only felt. Yet there are many those who had visions of a soul or of God as light. This is all true and is revealed in Murli also. Faculties, properties of the soul. It is very subtle to understand the properties of the tiniest soul, but it is the very fundamental nature. While the soul is a point of light, we can think and reflect, we can experience pleasure and pain, can decide to make efforts, either good or bad. The soul has 3 intrinsic faculties: mind, intellect, and impressions. The first property of soul is called mind. Yes, not the brain that creates a thought, but the mind of soul does it. Through the mind, we perform actions. This first property is most commonly used in our life while doing every karma action. Mind gives us suitable suggestions which are for the welfare of the body, for example. Now a higher property of soul through which we decide and differentiate. We shape our life with our taken decisions. There is a unique role of intellect. It is said that the intellect is hidden, but is higher than the mind. When we want to decide between a few options or judge the right and wrong, the intellect is used. Then the mind orders the organs to bring the outcome in practical action. This is the procedure. Hearing this, you would say, it is almost instant that I think and I do it, but there lies the third faculty that plays its part. Mind is a machine that can think everything of the world, from which the intellect chooses what is right and what is wrong to do. Intellect is the judge. As without the mind, the soul cannot think, without the intellect we cannot differentiate right and wrong. Third faculty is very different from the others. Sanskar or sanskaras, impressions of past karma, is not directly related to the mind. But it is related to it through intellect. Impressions are registered deeply within the soul. This property is highest and thus sits deep hidden. When we decide anything through our mind and intellect, an impression is created. Impression of our response to the situation, etc. Now, the second time the same situation or question comes to the intellect, then mind suggests the response that was given in such a situation before. Hence, these impressions are a facility to remember the past and repeat, just to make life easier and faster to respond to the life situations or questions. God says in Murli, your sanskaras were of purity, peace, love, and bliss. Now they have turned into the opposite. So our sanskaras are the root cause of what we do. We are to now create divine sanskaras and virtues. Through Rajyoga, connecting the intellect with God, our own intellect becomes divine, like of the Supreme Soul, God. Body consciousness, the root cause of sorrow. A person is in body conscious when the soul identifies itself with the physical body, i.e., when the thinking, feeling, actions, and behaviors are with the awareness of being a body or the physical mind. Being in body conscious is the root cause of all the evils in the world, because the vices of lust begins upon looking others as a body. Anger is another big enemy of wisdom. Peace is a source of wisdom. Hence God says, become soul conscious and bring it in your awareness. You are a tiny point of spiritual light and might. You are my child. Soul consciousness, the key to a blissful life. When we are in the state of awareness that I am a soul and not this physical body, then our powers are unlimited, as the soul is not limited to anything. In other words, the person thinks, feels, acts, responds, etc. with the awareness that he, soul is referred, is the master of the body. When in soul consciousness, the original qualities of a soul, peace, purity, love, bliss, naturally emerge. We souls are not dependent on external, physical things for peace and happiness. They are our inner nature. Vices are the reason for experiencing sorrow or peacelessness. Thus it is now a message of God, and it is the time to awaken. We all are brothers, sons of one incorporeal God.